today I am in Vietnam, and I'm going to a gym. So I met a guy in the hostel and we were basically talking about working out, so I said great. He said this gym was good and he kind of had a twinkle in his eye when he said it was good, so I thought that seems like something that's worth checking out. Now what my plan is to walk for about 30 minutes and I'm just going to record my thoughts on desire, some food. So on the way to the gym, and we're going to talk about desire and wanting things. So I'm just listening to this book called Building, what it is. So I'm just walking to the gym. Right, so the reason I want to talk to you about desire is because I'm listening to a book at the moment called The High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. And one of the things that just gets me, I don't know, makes me feel really excited in my stomach is something that she talks about, desire. So she basically talks about, I recommend reading that book if you're stuck, lost, looking for inspiration. Spend 4 hours of your life listening to that audiobook and you'll never regret it, because I'm on this personal development journey at the moment, and essentially it's all about belief. You need to believe, don't let negative thoughts in, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, she talks about how there was a painting that she wanted to buy and it was £3,000. She had no money. Long story short, she never gave up. She believed that she would have this painting, that she'd own it. Started thinking about what she'd do with it, about all that kind of stuff, about visualizing, okay, when I have this £4,000 painting that I can no longer afford, what will my life be like? And one of the craziest things is, and it gets a little bit emotional, which is why I'll never do it justice telling the story, but if you want to, you should definitely listen to that book, because it talks about how wanting things that you can't have at the moment isn't delusion, it's belief, and belief is probably the most important thing that we have. Let's put a guard, maybe it's like a, I don't know what it is. But yeah, so she was talking about how she believed that she'd own this painting and that she finally did own the painting. But it was super emotional and and you know, it's against all odds, and it was actually like the painting was meant to be hers and the person that painted it had a connection with her and blah 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 blah. So it's actually emotional. There's probably on a, I can count on two hands. Well, I think I can count on two hands. The more books I read, the harder it gets. But about 10, maybe more, books that have made me cry or shed a tear, and this was one of them. Honestly, so powerful, because it helps you realize that you are the most powerful thing in the world. That just believing in yourself, even when no one else does, is the most powerful thing. And it just made me think about desire and how if somebody tells you that they've got this girlfriend, you see him and you're the most jealous because you want that girlfriend, or they've got a job and you're super jealous, or maybe like my YouTube. I met a YouTuber the other day and his YouTube views on some of the things that he's got were way bigger than my channel, and I swear to God I lost my ability to think for hours. I had to go away and have a word with myself. But then when you ask yourself, when you ask yourself, why do I feel jealous? Why do I have this desire? Why is that little hole in the ground there? You know, And that hole in the ground. Oh, I think they were pulling a cable maybe. So when you ask yourself, why do I feel this jealous? Why do I feel this thing? It's actually a telltale sign for you to realise that just because someone has it doesn't mean you can't get it. And just because you want it and don't have it and have no way to get it doesn't mean you'll never have it. You know, it's about thinking that life is like an abundant life, that you can have whatever you want as long as you believe. And this book, it says basically that. And it's so encouraging when you hear other people on this like journey of self-belief. There's a really funny part in the book where she basically says that she was talking to, and I'm going to talk about my YouTube journey in a minute, but she basically talks about how when she started her journey as a life coach, she told one of her friends, and it's sometimes the friends and families that we have that say they're not the most hurtful things, but it's how we interpret those things becomes the most hurtful, because our interpretation, not necessarily because of what they say. But she basically says that she told a friend that she was going to become a life coach, and her friend then said, "Life coach? What do you know about being a life coach?" Slap in the face. And then she said that she tried to lessen it by saying, "Oh, no, I'm just saying, do you have any experience?" And, you know, it's quite funny because when I did an interview to become an English teacher the other day, I went to this university, and just before, as I was preparing for the teaching like interview, so it was basically going to be me teaching a class for half an hour. I planned the lesson myself. I've never done a proper official lesson like that, and just as I was preparing and like telling myself that I can do it, that everything's possible, my dad called and I answered it. And when I spoke to him and I said, "Oh, I'm about to go and do a job interview to become an English teacher," he said really quickly, "But what do you know about becoming an English teacher?" And then he said, "No, I'm just saying, you know, like, you don't have any experience." And I was like, I don't need this right now. I don't need any of the negativity. Not that it was intended, but I was interpreting it as negative, because he was right to most extent. I don't have any formal teaching, you know, experience. I don't have any XYZ. I've got lots of informal coaching and informal mentoring experience, but this was the first time I'd ever done it in person. So that was just a really funny crossover and similarity between what that Mel Robbins said about you know, how sometimes when you tell people what you want, their own insecurities will come out when they ask you, "Oh, like, how do you think you can do this? You know, what gives you the right? You have no experience. Who do you think you are?" And they might not say it like that. They might say it in a nicer way, but to a certain extent, you know, that is what they mean. Flattening the road. So yeah, so she essentially talks about how desire is, when she saw this painting and she knew that she wanted it, and it like 20 something years later, after the first time she saw it, she went and she could finally own it, not because it was such a simple thing, but because she knew somebody, she had a conversation with the lady that painted it, and she went round, and it was a really significant, special moment, and it was almost like it was fate. So it was fate that she was meant to own this painting that she could never afford, and it was fate because she was meant to then record that story and tell everybody else, which then makes me think, what if it's fate that I listen to it? What if it's fate that I then hear it and I'm on my journey at the moment, starting my YouTube channel up? You know, I gave up on YouTube because I think it was probably, I mean, the excuse that I used to give was because I was doing a job, but I don't think that's the real reason. I think the reason is I was scared of not being good enough. I was scared of the amount of effort that it was going to take. So I stopped, and I said I stopped because of work. And I stopped for about 7 years. And it was only when I've recently started challenging myself to do things that are really hard, like writing a dissertation, 15,000 words. I never thought, you know, someone from my background, which is an excuse again, would ever be able to do that. And I did it. But I didn't do it with like brute strength and some ungodly ability. I just did it with consistency. I did it with basic, mundane, run-of-the-mill consistency. Like, hello. Like 15,000 words every day, 250 words. Craziest fucking thing is that you end up doing it in about 7 weeks, something that I thought was literally impossible to do. So that is one of the mind-blowing things for me at the moment. So the consistency helped me achieve that. Then the consistency helped me challenge myself. Now the consistency is helping me do things like restart my YouTube, become a big fucking YouTuber. Not for the size, because if you focus on size you can be disappointed, but because of the effort that I'm willing to put in. I'm willing to put in the motherfucking effort. And I say inspire others. I would like to inspire others, but not from just random conversations, but from what I've literally done. Like, I have almost changed my life completely. I went from working full-time to now having no job, being happier than ever, traveling around. Technically, I don't have enough money for all the things, you know, and it will run out. But it won't run out. And the reason that it won't run out is because I know that the next big opportunity is just around the corner. The next big whatever. And it's just about self-belief. Like, in some cases, delusional, to others, self-belief. Oh, what's that? Oh yeah. Woo. And listening to that Mel Robbins talk, Joe Robbins, that's me and her. Listening to Mel Robbins talk about belief that she'd own that picture, then she finally did. Listening to her talk about having that belief in yourself. So I mean, this is, I suppose, my message to you guys, to basically say, if you want something and you have no idea how you're going to achieve it, believe you're going to achieve it. Do little actions that make you feel like you're going to achieve it. Like, if you want to be a YouTuber, do a live video. If you want to be a YouTuber or a creator, you know, post a video of anything. It's going to be crap. Nobody's going to care. And when you realize nobody's going to care, you realize there's nothing holding you back. Like, no one gives a damn. Then why don't you do it? Like, one thing that I was reading or listening the other day was basically saying that we're all going to end up in the ground. Oh hey, thanks for the message. I'm in Vietnam, in M. The North City begins with M. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate you. If you got any comments, let me know. But yeah, you know, having that self-belief in yourself that you can change, you can do whatever you want. Like, if you're a slow reader and you struggle learning, honestly, the thing that has changed my life, that is my life's mission, I believe, is talking about audiobooks and how they can help you. Just because if you want to get better at anything, there's an audiobook about that. Like, if you have any comments, let me know about that. But it's changed my life. It's given me the self-belief. So now I'm so confident that not only did I basically borrow £20,000 to do a business course, an MBA, but I then got a couple of jobs, got made redundant from those jobs, and now I'm in where am I? What's that? Vietnam. I'm living my life, and my essential goal now is to make this YouTube thing my actual business, my career. Because, like I say, I started it about 7 years ago. I gave up on my dream, and listening to that Mel Robbins talk about belief. Believing that you can do it. And understanding that you can manifest whatever the fuck you want. Angry bus. But you just need to really believe it. So, you know, believe, and you can do it. And that's what I'm doing. You know, as that Mel Robbins said, I'm intentionally acting like the person I want to become. And one of the things that I did for about 8 months on YouTube that I don't think worked, well, it didn't work, as far as my current perspective is, was I was just posting literally any video that I could. Any video that I could, I was posting it, and you know, I get like 2 views, and I was like, hey, don't matter, you know, it'll get better. Where are you going? Oh, so I'm gonna go to a gym. So I'm actually just gonna check the map. Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, so I'm going to a gym, which is about 10 minutes away. And I was only intending to listen to my audiobook on the way to the gym. Like 50-minute walk. And then when I listened to that audiobook about Mel Robbins talking about intention and believing that it can be yours, like whatever your dream is, believe that you can have it, and if it doesn't happen the way you want it to happen, that's okay. Hey, my name's Joe, thanks for the message. Aska, that's a cool name. Aska, Ria, Bruh, Gak. Oh, really nice to chat to you all. So believe whatever you want is possible, believe that you can achieve it, and oh gosh, getting a little bit heated in the old comment section there. But believe that you can achieve whatever you want. Believe that you can get it, believe that you can win, believe that, you know, you can get that role. Even when the odds are against you, when you have no idea, when the system doesn't seem to work for you, that's okay. You know, I'm starting my YouTube, and one of the hardest things actually is not being too hard on yourself when what you want doesn't happen, right? When what you want doesn't happen, and what you think, and one of the best things I got from this book about Mel Robbins, the High Five Habit, is that even if it doesn't go exactly the way you wanted it to go, that's okay. Even if it doesn't work out precisely as you wanted it to, it's not that that's okay and you give up. It's that maybe it wasn't meant for you. Maybe that part of life wasn't meant for you. Maybe that path wasn't meant for you. But that's not to say that you should give up. It's to say that you should try again. Relentlessly try again in a different way. Like, and I think the best thing about YouTube is that it's not, hello, what is? Hey guys, thanks for all the comments, really appreciate it. So, I'm gonna go for 20 minutes. I'll do a 20-minute video. You know what, I might just go in here and have a look for a old GoPro. No, I'm in Vietnam. Hi, do you have any cameras? Yeah. A GoPro. GoPro. Okay.
Thường là bắt buộc phải có mà sao lại có.
Oh, oh, like that? Yeah.
Is this wrong?
How much is that? 10 million.
Camera GoPro.
Oh. That one. Okay. All right. I'll. I don't know. I'm gonna check some of the. Oh, thank you. Cheers. Bye bye. Fucking hell. I'm really hot. Right, so we've done a 20-minute video, guys. Well, basically, believe in yourself. Believe. Be ridiculous about that belief. Never give up. Never quit. If it doesn't work, try again. If it's not what you think, that's okay. Try again. If you keep failing, that's okay. Try again. Be consistent, relentless, persistent, and I'm gonna leave you there, guys. All right, thanks for watching. Really appreciate the chat, and you have a great day. Bye bye.